Hi, I'm Karen Novak, the Administrator for Strategic Health here at Plymouth Harbor. And normally I have Harry Hobson that is with me, but Harry's unable to make it today, but he's here in spirit. Instead, I have George McGonigal, who is our Vice President for Facilities. He's going to be joining us today and talking about that window project that has to do with all that construction out there in the front of our building. But first, we're going to begin with the COVID update. Currently, we have one of our team members that is tested positive, and she's doing quite well. She's home under observation. We also have one teammate in Smith Care Center who is under observation for having been exposed to that particular teammate who turned out to be positive. And then we have one resident here at Plymouth Harbor who was exposed to that same teammate over in the memory care area that is under observation. All three are doing quite well, and we're looking forward to having them back as soon as possible. George, we've got some interesting structures out there in the front of the building. Help us understand what's going on.
Well, thank you, Karen. We would hope to get some information out to you all because I know for a lot of you it's confusing, not exactly sure what we're doing out there. So I'm going to try to fill in some of those blanks. Um, we are currently preparing to start the new window installation on the tower building this coming Monday, April 19th. And we expect the tower to take about 6 months to complete. So during that entire time, the newly constructed protective walkways that you're seeing going up in the front and the rear entrances will remain in place. And those are designed to protect everyone as they enter and leave the buildings from all the work that's going to be occurring overhead. Now, we'll still be maintaining the vehicular traffic through the circle to allow pickup and drop off at the tower entrance. Um, Pedestrian traffic will be funneled through protective tunnels on either side of the entrance. Now, the work is only going to occur Monday through Friday, but these same protections and entry protocols will extend through the weekends, just so we don't have any confusion for people. Now, also, the south veranda to the tower lobby will be closed off to traffic and use. Those doors will only be available for emergency exit. During the duration of the project, we'll have windows being staged at either side of the tower entrance. We'll also have swing stages that will be stored at the ground level and on the east and west garden roof levels. Now, these items will be secured during non-working hours, but there will be stage ropes hanging from around the building throughout the entire 6-month process. There will also be increased contractor activity at the ground level during this project. So there'll be carts and forklifts moving materials into place during this time. Now, another impact of this project is going to be regular closings of the outside swimming pool. The swimming pool will be open on weekends and work days when there is not work occurring overhead on the south side of the building. The schedule is going to change weekly depending on the pace of the project. We're going to work with the wellness team to give residents as much notice as possible with regard to what the open swimming pool schedule will be for any given week. Our goal here is to minimize the impact on the tower elevators during this project. So as such, the contractor will not be using the elevators for movement of materials. There will be a limited number of workmen that will use it first thing in the morning and at the end of the workday to get in and out. But all the materials and most of the workmen will utilize the swing stages hanging around the building. The contractor is also going to be utilizing the colony balconies for material storage and staging. And this means we're going to have to block those areas off to residents while work is being performed in that particular colony. We are going to work very hard to minimize the impact of this project, but there are going to be inconveniences and upsets really for the entire community during the course of this project. And we just hope that you will be patient and understanding during the next 6 months, because once we complete this work, we will have a secure, safe haven during any future storms. So if you have any questions specifically, feel free to reach out to me. For those of you who live in the tower, Dinah and Lisa will be getting with you long before your scheduled window installation and give you all the details you need for how it will impact you personally. I just wanted to make sure that as a community, everyone understood how we are executing this project and unfortunately some of the impacts that it'll have on you. So Karen, that's the window update, and take us to close.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions for you, George, though. What about the guest rooms? Are they going to be available for rent for any of the families that might be coming into town?
No, as has been the case for the last 6 or 8 months, the respite rooms are all being utilized during the window project. We have as many as 9 residents out of their units at any given time during the course of the project, and we need to have a place available for them during their week to 10 days that they're out of their unit.
Sure. So pretty much throughout the rest of the year, those rooms are going to be occupied by the residents themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we're targeting hopefully to be complete by the end of October of this year.
Okay. And there will be no change to the screening process. We want all the residents to still come down to the front lobby to get screened, even though
Absolutely.
that front
Those
area.
protocols all stay in place. The only changes are a little more inconvenience getting in and out of the building. But again, it's all for your protection.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, George, for those questions and those answers that we may be having. If you have any questions that we have not been able to answer here, please don't hesitate to reach out to the facilities department, to George, and I'm sure he'll be glad to help you out. But in the meantime, don't forget to hit those high contact areas with that antibacterial wipe. Wash your hands quite frequently. And most of all, when a simple tool such as your mask can save a life, can make you well and keep you happy, remember to don your mask anytime you leave your apartment.